Welcome to the channel. I'm again here with Jussi. Yeah, there you see him. And we have come to one of the biggest iron mines from like end of 1700 to 1860 or something like this in Finland. Now it's mainly protected area. There's few stuff that people know here that are from the mines, but all the infrastructure, everything is hidden by the trees and 150 or 160 years of growing trees and everything on top of it. We are here to find out what's left and do some interesting measurements, as you can guess what they are. Yeah, let's see what we will find. I know that the museum officials, the reports of this place, are missing a lot of stuff. This was not a small operation like the ones we have been before looking. This was a big place that ran almost 100 years. Let's see what we find. We already found something small, so this is a ditch in front of me. Let's look at this way. Well, I know from the maps that these are not natural for agriculture. You can see there's stones on the embankment there. And this is one of the ditches, which is now probably was originally like 2 meters deep or something. These were the ones used to pump the water out of the mine. So I don't know if they used this for taking the ore out of the mine as well, but this area is filled with. The main one is over there, which goes, they made two like east-west direction ditches, and they all have this kind of ditches going that way. Not ditches, rather small channels, which go to the mines. So these are what's left of it. They've been filled for almost 160 years with all kind of stuff. Jussi is there. This is probably one of the routes where they took the water out, maybe, but also there's a lot of stones here, small ones. Could be the waste rock, but also can be just foundations of buildings that used to be here. I think now we're heading towards one of the alleged mine shafts and see what's there. That's pretty dangerous where we're now going. So, here's one of the mines. I mean, there's so many different stories how this was supposed to be a combination of three mines, but what I found in archives was different stories. Theoretically, this is one of the mines that was connected with another shaft to another mine. So, I mean, the stories are so varying of what was exactly done here and the documentations that it's kind of difficult to do other than verify what's this one. They say there's a sign there that tells a bit about history, which is very different from what I found online and maybe more realistic. And they claim that this is 35 meters deep. But let's see. We're trying to figure out if there's any way we can, because we're not going inside these fences for sure, for the safety's sake. Because we know what's the risks in this kind of mine and the stuff underneath, unlike most people. So we don't want to go there. But if we can just throw our sensor somehow into the water, that would help. So we're hoping to measure the depth, at least in some points. Let's see. So we are measuring here with the Larkins in the middle. It's kind of changing between 0.7 and 3. Now it's giving 3.0 meters stable. 3.9. So we can say it's around 3 meters deep here. It's just a lot of vegetation in between.
Yes.
Oh, nothing's there. I will now. We will move to another spot. So this is, you can see here. This whole hill we're standing is either waste rock or those buildings. But it's a lot of small stones with interesting shiny features.
Wow.
So yeah, this is probably the waste rock pile. If you look downhill, there's probably where the water was pumped out from the mine. And there's another waste rock pile there.
Oh my goodness, this is like, yeah.
This is big.
This is big. And if somebody is worried what we are doing, this is not a natural reserve, so we are not harming anything anyway. But in case somebody's worrying why we are walking here, you can see there are pathways everywhere, and there are like drinking cans and stuff. So we are not the first people here.
And we're just not allowed to take down trees or hurt the plants or anything.
Exactly, and the waste rock pile is also protected because it's a relic from old days.
So we tried to find another spot for measuring this, which is one of the biggest shafts. Theoretically 35 meters, could be deeper, documentation is really vague, but unfortunately it's fenced off by government, and there's no way to get safely close enough, and there's just, even if we get close, there's too much trees. We tried throwing it to the middle. It's just impossible, and half of the trees are falling down anyway. So we'll be going to find what else we find here. And there should be many more shafts here, but let's see. See you in the next place. So here, if you can see water there. Yep, and there's a bridge. We just came from there, so my guess here was also some sort of either transporting ore or whatever. There was the hole which we found, and building bottoms, and here's another one. So this is one of the, it's very slippery, was a very rotten bridge. So this is a straight line that goes that way and the other way. This is one of the ditches, and this one goes to a pond which is now broken the connection, but these are one of the canals they made here almost 200 years ago to take the water out of the mines. Maybe, I don't know, they have conveyed stuff here? I don't know, but they were wider and bigger, you can easily tell, and some of them was edged with stone. Now they're full of junk and became small, and people think they're ditches. But no, they're not just ditches. Yeah, we'll continue walking so to see what we find. We were so tired after climbing around and looking for anything in the mining area that we forgot to video record anything else, and now I'm already back home. But what we did find out that the area is much larger than we thought it would be. There's a lot more stuff to find out. The shafts we saw and so on, not all made sense in the way that we read it. There was some placards there telling the story of these mine shafts, and not all matched the information I found from archives and so on. So this mine adventure is definitely going to continue. However, because we have winter coming, so most likely it's going to be next spring. But see what the weather is like, and if I find out something more interesting about it. The other problem is that the light runs out so quickly. The daytime is starting to be really short here in Finland. So going in the darkness into the forest in that mining area, not a good idea. But yeah, I would say there's still a lot more to find there and to measure, and I have a feeling I want to contact the people, the guardians of that one mining shaft which is now fenced off with a lock, and I will ask them if it's possible to get closer inside, so we could maybe with their cooperation get the probe inside and see how deep it really is. Let's see, but I'll end this video now, and if there comes any updates I will make some short video about it. See you in the next video.